I'm on a very personal journey across Wales in search of our most valuable resource, the people. I've met an amazing range of individuals, from the men and women who save lives in their spare time, to the colourful and eccentric. Hold tight and be prepared to be shocked, surprised,
and that's the liquid nitrogen coming out there,
or just plain grateful for their heroic effort. As I introduce you to Connie's people. And today I'm meeting people who just love going back to Roman times to race and to revel. And meet the Welsh statue who springs to life. But first, I'm heading to Snowdonia in North Wales to meet a group of men and their dogs who have saved countless lives in Wales and across the globe. The International Rescue Training Centre Wales near Bangor is one of very few in the world doing this inspirational work. The rescue team are mainly made up of volunteers and their own dogs. And they're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to respond to emergencies such as a missing person on the mountains of Wales or large-scale disasters overseas. So when we hear on the news that an earthquake or tsunami has struck a country thousands of miles away, the North Wales rescue dogs pack up their bags and head straight into the thick of it. What they can do is identify where people are trapped and pull them to safety or locate bodies among the debris. I'm spending the day with these heroic dogs and their handlers to learn more about their astonishing work. I first went to meet Brian Jones and his dog Alfie as they were working. Brian is one of the longest-serving volunteers and has been a part of the International Emergency Rescue Team for around 15 years. What was your most dramatic experience?
I should imagine Pakistan. We were searching, we'd found a lot of people, but a lot of people were dead, as you understand. It was early morning, so all the children were in school. The roofs had collapsed on the school, so they were still sat at their desks, and we'd break through the roof, and all the children, even the schoolmaster, would still be sat at his desk, even with pens in their hands and so forth. We got to this area and I started looking round and I discovered a body lying under some brickwork, but I could faintly hear verbal talk, so I asked this Pakistan chappie to shout down a hole, and he shouted down and we got an answer. There was a young lad in there of 18, so we had to dig through the top, and it took us quite a while, 5-6 hours just to dig down to him. His legs were bent right under his back, and he'd been like that for 4 days, so you imagine when we got him out, his legs were still in that position. We gave him a drink of water and then he disappears like everything else. The local people took him to the hospital and so forth.
Brian has taken his dogs to many international disaster areas. Quarantine rules, though, have led to emotional separations.
If you've ever seen grown men cry, including myself, just watch the aeroplane when it lands back in this country and they come and just snatch your dog off you, and you don't see it again for about a week before you get to actually know where it is. Luckily, our quarantine kennels are only 50 miles down the road, so we can go and see them regular. There's a constant need for more recruits.
There you go.
And today, there's another new intake.
Oh, they're the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Director David Jones is introducing me to a new litter of potential super dogs.
How old are they, Dave?
5 weeks.
5 weeks old.
Their mother was Jojo, the search dog, and the father is a retriever who's just yesterday gone off to Afghanistan. So they come from good working stock.
What's the future for these puppies?
What we'll probably do is assess them over the next 9 months, and then we'll start training them. So there'll probably be a mixture of these. We'll probably have them for cadaver, perhaps water search, and a couple of disaster search dogs. There's not many of these dogs around the world, so for this line of work we do get asked to go to a lot of countries.
Training these puppies will take 12 months, and even fully skilled adult dogs are constantly put through their paces. And I'm joining a training exercise to see just how it's done.
Today they're going to take you on board and show you how to work a search dog.
The art of it is trust the dog.
So, where do I begin?
You begin bodying.
What's bodying?
Well, we're going to hide you, and then the dog's got to find you.
Doggy hide and seek.
Doggy hide and seek. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave that with you.
This may look like an assault course, but it's a specifically designed training centre with built-in hiding holes where dogs are given the first steps in following a scent and finding a missing person.
The first part of bodying, I must give you a ball, okay?
Right.
Now the dog is looking for you, but he's looking for a scent, and his goal is that ball.
So, as a handler, this is how I start. I am a body and I hide.
So don't talk.
It's always hard for me.
Completely silent. The dog will find you. Most probably the dog will find you through that small hole. Maybe 4 or 5 barks, then throw the ball through the hole.
And that's his reward for finding
That's his reward. He's found your scent.
Gotta be quiet now.
You're gonna go find. We find. Find. Good boy.
The dogs rely virtually entirely on their sense of smell. Dogs' noses are up to 10,000 times more sensitive than ours.
Where is she? Is it clever boy?
You gonna let me out now?
No.
Anyone? Oh, thank you, Brian.
The next stage is you can have a go at working the dog.
Brilliant. Okay, fine.
This man's going to be your body, so he's going to hide, and then from there it's up to you. Okay.
Good boy.
So while Josh finds a cubbyhole to hide in, I get the lowdown on how to handle Billy.
If he's too far in front, call him back.
Okay.
Just his name, Billy. Hand movements, left, right, and one word, just find.
Go, find.
Find, not go.
Find.
Push him on, push him
Find
on.
Billy.
Find.
Find Billy.
Good start.
Find. Good boy, Billy.
If you want him to go like here, just pat it.
Find.
That's it.
Where's he gone? There he is. Find Billy. Billy.
Okay, his tail's up, he's working.
Yes, we're getting Billy. Find. Is he here, Billy? Good. Not there. Find.
Getting warmer. Oh, it's hot now.
Good boy, Billy. Good boy. And is Josh still alive? Josh?
And even with my hindrance, Billy proved he's still top dog.
I'm not getting in there, Dave. I'm not getting in there.
You don't have to, Connie, don't worry.
Later in the programme, I go out on a real exercise in the mountains of Snowdonia
Oh, he's quick when he gets going.
as I join the team searching for a trapped victim. But now I'm heading just over 100 miles south and just under 2,000 years back in time. Everyone likes dressing up now and again, don't they? But some people just take it that little bit further. Well, in Llanortid Wells, do as the Romans do, I say. And the locals here have made this town a Rome from home. So on a very cold Welsh weekend, I'm joining around 100 Welsh Romans as they're preparing for the traditional Saturnalia celebration. It's going to involve chariot racing and feasting, but I'm assured no sacrifices and not even a minor orgy. The Romans are famed for their chariot races. Rampant horses raced at huge speeds around the Colosseums. There were injuries, even sometimes fatalities. This was the Formula One of its day. In Llanortid 2012, we're not expecting serious injury, but this is serious competition. This is the Mountain Bike Chariot Racing World Championship, and I'm going to compete.
Do you know what? It's -4 in Llanortid Wells. My feet are like ice, but I'm still going to race in a chariot. What is it about this event that you love?
It's really silly.
How are you feeling about the whole race?
Excited. We're going to win this.
Are you particularly competitive?
I'm really competitive. It's a bit awful.
This is my first time here racing with this awesome chariot race.
How mad do you have to be to do this chariot race?
Completely crazy.
It seems that you are.
Yes.
How confident are you?
We win, huh? Of course.
Of course you do. Why is your French? I don't know.
Feet on pedals. Ready, steady, go!
Despite the Arctic conditions, there are 16 teams competing. The race is run in heats, 2 chariots and their horses at a time. It's all about the lap times. The fastest 4 make it to the final race. Centurion Tony Bain is a regular.
We get fitness freaks who want to blast around here and be, top dog. The locals come just to say they've done it. Most of all, we get people who just want to have a good quality day out and a laugh.
It's supposed to be fun, but it's all about the winning for these guys. I can smell competition in the air.
Got to grab you. How was it?
Well, we crashed.
How scary is it?
Very scary. It's very muddy. Very muddy.
I hear there are lakes, not puddles.
Yes,
That's
definitely. We stopped in the middle of a lake.
Oh, it's hotting up now, and it's all about getting around that course as fast as your cyclist's little legs can pedal. Timing is everything.
We came in under 5 minutes. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think that's pretty good.
I think that's throwing down the gauntlet. Is that Roman? Anyway, I've chosen the fittest looking cyclists on offer. I just need some last-minute chariot cycling tips.
Survival tips. Hang on tight and bend the knees. Up and down, take the bumps with your knees.
Okay, I'm up for the challenge. OMG, I'm you riding a Roman chariot. But you know me, I'm pretty competitive. I'm in it to win it. Ah!
Right. Feet on pedals. Ready, steady, go!
Tally-ho! Come on, boys. Woo! Why are we doing this? Oh, there's a big puddle coming up. Oh, no! Ah! I'm really wet. Ah! I thought this was chariot racing. It feels more like bog snorkeling. Bit of a hairpin bend. Come on, boys. Into the speed bump straight. No hands. Come on, guys. We can do this.
4 minutes, 8 seconds. A Roman result. Eat my mud. Not quite.
Tally-ho!
Although we were fast, we weren't quite fast enough to make the final. And neither have these other Roman ladies.
We've missed it by 2 seconds.
How disappointed are you?
Oh, gutted, aren't we?
Extremely, yeah.
Our team name was Mako Carper. Yes.
Which means?
Bush, but bearing large fruits.
How have you stayed so glamorous through all that mud?
Glitter's actually very practical and very waterproof.
Right.
We found.
So perhaps next year I should go with the glitter.
Go with the glitter,
rather than the white toga, which got trashed.
There are 4 teams through to the final, and word is that local veteran charioteer John Lloyd is hot favourite. He's the reigning champion of this race and has won it since time immemorial. Well, all of the 5 years it's been running.
How are you feeling, John, about the final?
Excited.
Well, you hold the world title, so I mean to lose it would be really devastating.
Yeah, we got competition.
4 teams in the final, 1 big prize. Bring on the Chariot Race 2012.
Ready, steady, go!
They're almost neck and neck now, hurtling down the straight, but it looks like one team is breaking away from the rest of the pack.
It's so exciting. The current world record holders are currently in 2nd place.
I don't believe it! Another chariot is overtaking. John Lloyd could be knocked off his plinth. But through the mist, it's becoming clear that John has kept a bit up his toga, and with a final lash of the whip, he triumphs.
Here they come, the winners. John, you held on to the title. How do you feel? You're the Roman Emperor. How do you feel? You had a very scary race. You were 2nd at one point.
Yeah, they overtook us, but the tactics came through.
Not bad for pension, eh? And this year, of course, we're going to...
In Roman days, chariot winners got massive cash prizes, palaces and even hordes of slaves. In Llanwrtyd Wales, the prizes are a little less lavish, but the excitement's still just as great.
Congratulations, John. Well done. Well, that was the most fun I think I've had in a long time.
Now, keeping in tradition with the festival, it's time for me to reverse roles, going from master to slave. I don't like the sound of that. After the excesses of the chariot racing earlier, it's a different sort of Roman excess. The evening feast. And the togas are out in force. It's time for the Roman centurions to kick back and enjoy a beer or two. So you've come to the Saturnalia festival. How was it for you today? Did you go to the chariot race?
We did, yes. It was fantastic. It was a few lions slayed and we had some fun.
Just to make it clear, no lions were harmed in the making of this film. I'm loving your outfit tonight.
I think I've overdone it by wearing the T-shirt.
Oh.
A proper Roman would be bare-chested.
So can I ask you a very personal question? What do you wear under your toga? Lindsay, you are the ruler of this land. You're the festival organiser, aren't you?
I am, yes.
So what is the Saturnalia festival?
It is the origin of the Christian Christmas. It was a Roman festival originally to their god Saturn in the winter months when they were trying to jolly up the pretty dark times, decorating their houses, exchanging presents in much the same way as we do for Christmas these days. The other thing they did was exchange roles. The slaves became masters for a day.
And therefore I'm becoming a slave this evening at your every command. So I'm going to be serving. Not wishing to offend any of my masters, the first thing I need to do is to take some lessons in how to be a servant.
Put the plate down and then you can sort of bow your way back.
Yes, master. No, master.
That's it. That's it.
Don't look at them. Like Madonna, don't look her in the eye.
Just, that's it. That's it.
Yes, master. Don't hit me, master.
But don't spill the gravy.
Oh, the pressure. Kind sirs, forgive me. I think my accent might be a bit more Baldric from Blackadder than Roman. I bow to thee. OK, I'll use my Latin. I knew that'd come in useful. Who haveth the lamporum? Not really working, is it? I've got one last accent in my repertoire. All right, then, who's for lasagna?
Thanks.
And as traditional Roman rock into the wee small hours. Toga on down. Well, who would have thought that a dark mid-January day would turn out so bright, fun and sparkly? Much merriment was had at this Roman festival here in Llynnoedd Wells. What concerns me, though, is that at the original Saturnalia festival, there was always a sacrifice. So I'm going to get out of here before this lot get carried away. But now, Cardiff Civic Centre. Full of historic buildings and statues of people I can't quite recognise. It's also home to Ben Spruce's artistic work, and Ben is preparing for another day on the street.
Nearly 15 years since I first did this. I thought it'd be perhaps something that I did as a one-off, and it went really well and I made loads of money.
Frantic preparations to be followed by hours of, well, just being very still. And that has its own challenges.
I've never found that I've had to itch or had to go to the loo or anything. I guess once you kind of get into that sort of level of focus, I think all those sort of things kind of switch off.
Ben is one of Wales's most experienced statues. He's been keeping still on the streets of Cardiff for well over a decade. He still gets a few strange looks and comments on his way to work, but then it's ready, steady, stop! Ben can remain statuesque for up to 8 hours in one session. Paradoxically, though, the skill of being one of the country's leading living statues doesn't all lie in just standing still. Ben is mostly self-taught, and he uses his talent to bring his statue to life.
After a number of years, basically I sort of kept the most successful sort of reactions and gestures that had come from improv and just stuck to those. So the characters developed really, I suppose, through that process. I got loads and loads of really positive comments saying, you know, how wonderful they thought it was and how much sort of joy it brought. And that really affected me. I was quite amazed. So overall, I enjoyed it.
But there's one thing that has changed in recent years. Ben has been abused verbally and physically, and even on a few occasions, attacked and injured.
It's becoming a little bit dangerous. I'm tending to get kind of attacked sometimes, which is very sad. I'm starting to get a bit anxious about that. There seems to be some people who I'm not interesting or entertaining to, and they feel that that is something that needs to be sort of challenged. And I'm constantly amazed about how long someone will spend doing that, hanging around for anything up to an hour with the sole purpose of trying to stop me doing what I'm doing or injure me or something in some kind of way.
So if there's one message that's written in stone, it's come on everyone, pay respect to the statue or it'll disappear forever. Earlier, I visited the world-renowned International Rescue Training Centre Wales near Bangor. The team and their dogs have been rescuing victims of accidents and natural disasters in Wales and around the world for over 25 years. And today, I'm on a real exercise on a disused granite quarry in Snowdonia, where the tumble-down buildings are used to simulate an earthquake scenario.
Okay, Josh, you straight in. Feet first if you can. Yeah.
Most of the team members on this exercise are dedicated volunteers who fit in their weekly training around their working lives. Today, they're creating a challenging life or death situation. Josh is being hidden away out of sight of any of the dogs. In disaster zones, finding victims quickly saves lives.
Brian is going to go ahead with his dog Billy, give us a demonstration on how to search the collapsed buildings, which you see over here.
Right.
And after that, we want you to take one of the other dogs and work that one.
So watch carefully.
Watch this carefully off the old master here.
Best of luck.
No pressure.
He's got to try and guide the dog around the area he's been given. And then, really, if the dog hits the scent, it'll take Brian in then, but he's like the driver of the partnership. So he's now see the dogs going off around the buildings.
He's gone completely the wrong direction. Is that because of the wind? There's been no scent?
Yeah, well, Brian's been given this area here, and with these dogs, you do tend to work into the wind. Obviously helps them. Now he's directing him.
Right.
Left, right.
At the moment, he just looks like he's going for a nice walkie, though. He's actually sniffing,
Well, mountain rescue dogs tend to do a big area. These dogs are more to confined spaces and collapsed buildings, because these people will not be lying on the top. More than often, they're underneath in the voids,
in a quake situation.
That's right.
And actually, these dogs are kind of fearless, aren't they? They're jumping over all this rubble. They're not afraid to get stuck in there.
Well, no, because when they're pups, we bring them onto this type of ground just to get them used to this environment. Because if you go onto the reel when they're qualified and they're not happy on that type of ground, then it affects their working. He's covering over that collapsed building now.
Hey, he's onto it, isn't he? He's not barking, though. Oh, he's wagging his tail. Oh, look at him. I thought he was really, really, really good. It took him about, a minute to find him in this massive expanse. It's my turn, is it?
Your turn now.
I'm going to be given the chance to work with one of the dogs.
This is Max.
Hello, Maxie. He's a good boy.
Mark is going to just take you through some of the commands so you know how to work the dog, and then hopefully when you find a casualty, the dog will indicate by a bark, and when he does that, because I'm assessing you, I need you to put your hand up to say, I'm confident there is a body here in this collapsed building.
Okay.
Just before you start the search, get the dog sat, G him up a little bit, and then simply send him off with a wayfind. You're the boss.
Right, let's do it. Ready, Max? You ready, Max? Oh, away, find. Good start. Away, find. Away, find. Away.
Max, find.
Just let him get ahead. If you let him get ahead of you. Go on, fine.
It seems so easy in the hands of the experts. Max. I think I've lost him. Good boy. Right, let's find now. He's having a wee. He's having a wee.
Give him a sec. Here. Go on, find.
Hey, off, he's a bit quick, isn't he, when he gets going? Right, Max? Find. Where is he, Max? Good boy. Oh, he's excited about something. Up, up. Good boy. Find.
Just walk along slowly now and then he'll come with you.
Good boy, Max. Yes.
He's picking it up now. See how his whole body is telling you before he's even got to the casualty.
Oh, oh, he's found him. He's found him. What, Max, what? I think I found him. Woo! Good boy, Max. Good boy.
But it gives you an insight into how much work goes into training these search dogs.
It's full on, isn't it? It's voluntary work, but it is full on. It takes over your life, and you have to be so in tune with your dog. Spending a day in the North Wales countryside with a bunch of cute dogs is a pretty ideal day for me. But I take my hat off to this lot. They give up their own time and work hard to make sure that these dogs know exactly what to do in a real life or death situation.
Congratulations, John. Congratulations. Well done.
In the past 4 weeks, I've met hundreds of people from around Wales. From the funny...
How mad do you have to be to do this chariot race?
Completely crazy.
to the slightly eccentric...
Hello, knitters.
to the truly heroic.
There was a young lad in there of 18. We dug him out on the 4th day he'd been in there.
It's been a total pleasure and has definitely proved to me that Wales's most valuable resource is you.
That was the last in the series, but you can catch all the previous episodes of Connie's People on the BBC iPlayer. Trying his hand as a zookeeper, don't miss Rod Gilbert's work experience. That's tonight at 10:35 on BBC One Wales.